Hi, Mike Salmon speaking. This video is to help explain heat curves on weather compensation systems. Here is a Vitotronic 200 HO1B weather compensation controller that plugs into the Viessmann 200 boiler range. Now here on the front of the display in the house there you can see 21 degrees, which is the set room temperature. It's not the actual room temperature. That will be displayed on an external controller, like a remote room sensor maybe. And here is the outdoor temperature here. So on here we've got the boiler temperature, 60 degrees. So this system needs 60 degrees flow temperature to achieve 21 degrees when it's 14 degrees outside. Now this is a demonstration model, it's not actually plugged into the boiler, so bear that in mind. If we go to the menu, we'll go into the heating, we go into heating curve, and we have the adjustments here, slope and level. Now once these are set, they never change unless somebody changes the adds bigger or smaller radiators, or they change the insulation of the property, or say they add an extension with a different kind of build. But basically this settings are matched to your radiator design or your emitter design if you've got underfloor heating. So it comes factory set on curve 1.4. Now I personally, when I'm installing radiators, I design for a 70 degrees flow temperature at -4 outside, which is always about curve 1.9, and that's whether it's in an old Victorian building or quite a new building. I mean, if it's very well insulated and I can install larger radiators to work off a lower surface area without being too big, then for lower surface area temperature, sorry, without being too big, then I could design for a lower curve, which would be more like the 1.4 really, so it's always in condensing all year round. But even at the curve 1.9, I mean, these systems are going to be in full condensing the vast majority of the year, below 57 degrees. So, but the key is, like the old systems, if you come into a house and you're just retrofitting, a lot of them were designed for like 80 degrees at -1 outside, and that would need a higher curve, like curve 2.2, well, or even more, 2.3, 2.4. I've never had to put one higher than 2.2 though. So, and how I would get it right on the job, I would set this on. I would give it a judgment. I would have a look at the insulation, have a look at the size of the radiators, and like say I set it on 2.2 because I thought it's a cold house with small radiators, so I'd set it on 2.2, and then if you take this from when you take it from reduced mode, so say it was in reduced mode, economy mode, you had it on setback. When you take it out of setback, it increases in room temperature. Well, the flow temperature increases 20% for 1 hour. This can be changed from the parameters for a faster or a cooler warm up. And then what I would do after an hour, I would go around the rooms with a thermometer and I would check the temperatures in the main rooms, living rooms and bedrooms, and if they were out, I would adjust the heat curve. Roughly 2 of these adjustments, 0.2 on the slope is roughly 0.5 degrees in room temperature, they say. That was just a tip of a Viessmann engineer. Now once this is set, like I said, it never changes unless somebody's altered the system, so it does take a bit of experimentation to get right. You could do with going back the week after, calling them up, asking them how it's been. The odds are that you won't have to, if you get it accurate close enough, you won't have to adjust it again, because the customer doesn't have to know it's perfect, because they've still got their room temperature adjustment on here, and what that does is it adjusts the level of the curve. So you've got this slope, we set the slope then, but what it's doing when you're adjusting that room temperature from 21 to 16, say, it's shifting the whole curve up or down whilst maintaining its shape, and that will adjust room temperature. Now, a lot of times in smaller buildings or places with high solar gain, I will connect these up with a modulating room sensor. What it does, it only has out the box 8% influence over the curve, but it will adjust this shift for you to maintain room temperature. So as long as you've got the curve close and accurate enough, then the customer's not going to have any problems. It's very simple to get right, and you know, once you get used to it, you know, you'll get it right first or second attempt every time. And you know, I've just had customers are so happy with it, and I just get a lot of referrals from it, and happy customers with low gas bills and comfortable houses. Let me know what you think. I hope you try this. Those of you who haven't, and any questions, let me know. Thank you.